right, here we go. Oh, all right, I'll introduce you, Arty. Today's guest on the Kindness Academy's online conference series is Arty Senger, who is incomparable and unexplainable, yet yet I'll attempt to do it. We've enjoyed a singular experience together, and we continue now. And Arty often finds her light by expressing her inner experiences through artistic design and graphic design, and also through poetry. And recently, she's had a book published, and she will be sharing with us today some of those things. So welcome, Arty.
Thank you. And I'd like to say before we start is that Sharon Cook, Rita, I met in Sacramento long before I came here.
Ah.
So it's
Nice.
wonderful seeing her again.
Thank you, Arty.
So I put my phone down 1 minute to pick my book up.
There we go.
So this is the foreword. At 94 years, I'm preceding most of you into the oldest of old realms. My body is wearing down and my outer world shrinking. Amazingly, pure joy and gratitude are expanding. I have the ability to transform the lemons life presents into lemonade. Hopefully, my poems will inspire you to transform your lemons and thus embrace old age as a blessing. And there's Prem.
Hey, Prem.
Thanks, Arty.
A whole video of me reading these poems. Thanks, Prem. So I put my phone down and go to the first poem. Here's a picture that I painted of my grandson and his daughters. The poem is called Parent and Child, and it's about his mother, my daughter, and myself. It certainly is no mystery. Parent and child have history. My daughter spent a week with me. Some lesson it turned out to be. The first 2 days were quite benign, catching up to the present time. Something I said the following day brought her childhood back to play. A distressing episode she suppressed now most fully was expressed. This painful moment set us free from thinking there's a you or me. By letting go our own defenses, we tore down our hidden fences. Stepping back from our reaction gave us both much satisfaction. Our final day turned out to be one filled with love and harmony.
Wow, that's nice.
First lemon transformed into lemonade.
Beautiful.
Hi, Ellie.
I forgot to show you the picture.
Oh, beautiful.
That's really cool.
Called confusion. confusion. The confusion that I mention is where to focus my attention. Shall I focus on the sky or on the clouds just passing by? Objectivity was lost, I fear, when impeachment hearings caught my ear. Where did awareness go when Republicans became my foe? Where did I hide my isness when Trump's transgressions became my business? My eyes were glued to a big TV, hypnotizing the egoic me. Now there's another tale to tell. It's time to break conditions spell, acknowledging the one true me, dismissing the one I pretend to be. I realize this very minute the true self has no earthly limit. I have no longer a role to play in this drama of night and day. No form is there to separate. All that's left is to relate. When dropping off the personal me, my life evolves in harmony.
Nice.
I love that. So Cam, she can't hear us talking.
Yes. If anyone wants to relay anything to Arty, you'll have to let me know and I will speak to her.
We'll just tell her how much fun we're having.
Well, Ellie and Christine and Ray and Sherry wanted to tell you how much fun we're having.
What comes to mind for me when I listen to her poetry?
Okay, hang on, Ray. I'll just get Arty. Let her know.
Okay.
Oh, Arty, would you mind if Ray said something? I'll let him speak and I'll translate to you.
I just love the content of her poems, and what I particularly love is her rhyme, because the rhyme just puts everything into place, and it's a very powerful experience to have the rhyme and the content come together. So thank you.
Wow.
Yes, right.
Arty, Ray was just expressing he loves the rhyme and the rhythmic cadence of your poem. He thinks it really brings it together well. Awesome. Looks like we've got another participant here. It's our friend Toad. That's pretty exciting. And gosh, it's a big meeting now. It's very exciting.
Where is he?
He would you mind, Arty, if I just checked in with some of the other folks if they had anything to say too, just to share while we're getting. All right. All right. Would you maybe Sherry, would you like to just speak for a minute?
Sure. Arty, I loved it. And I love the direct simplicity that we can all relate to and laugh at. And this is why it was so much fun.
Awesome.
You know, when you said your eyes glued to the TV, it's so totally personal and relevant and laughable. And so thank you for taking us on that journey with you.
Were you able to hear that comment, Arty? No. Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying some technical stuff. Sherry just says she loves you and she thinks you're awesome. And, you know, I think we can really just celebrate the fact that you're here with us in this moment. It's remarkable. Your remarkable light. And maybe for the other folks, Prem has been part of some of the events we've held here musically. And we've been, I guess, maybe would you like to share, Ellie, your experience with Arty?
Okay, I think I unmuted. Okay. Good day, everyone.
I'll share with you, Arty, when we're done.
So I run a concert every year. That's International Day of Peace music concert every year on September 21st. Excuse me. And last year, I had a plaque made up, and so I was gonna present Arty with the Peaceful Artist Award, and I had a plaque made up that said Arty Senger, the Peaceful Artist Award, and it was gonna be a surprise. So I asked Arty if she would prepare something to read for the Peace Day. And by accident, Arty completely forgot about Peace Day and was at the movies. And so Rob called me because Rob was going to bring Arty down to Madison. And Rob called and said, I can't find Arty right in the middle of the concert. I'm on stage. And so after calling around, he found out that she was at the movies. And he went and got her out of the movies and brought her back down to Madison here. I saw her walk in the door, and those of you who know, I'm a little immobile now. Well, not when I saw Arty. I shoot down to get her. She has her coat on, and both of us with our canes walk up to the front. She still has her coat on. She doesn't even know what's happening. And so I get her up there on stage, and she's looking out, having forgotten what the point of it was. And then I was able to give her the Peaceful Artist Award and tell everybody, where she started and how she made her way at the Academy and how she taught art for all those years, and about how now she's publishing books and how but yeah, Rob was really the savior on that one, because I think he must have gone into the movie theater and actually taken Arty out of the middle of a movie.
Too funny.
Anyway, Arty, it was my pleasure to make that for you, and I just did it with all the love in my heart, and yeah, you're the peaceful artist, Arty. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna mute now. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Love you.
Hi,
Yeah.
Tom.
That was yelling for the echo, so I couldn't hear most of the words. I just loved looking at her. I want you to know, but you tell me some of the stuff she said.
Yes, I can share a little bit. Well, also maybe add to my experience too. Sometimes what we go through, it's very difficult to express in words, I think. But that's the fun of, sometimes it's fun trying. And so Ellie wanted to honor Arty because of her maturity and grace and poise that she's displayed all the times that we've shared. And it was a bit of a comical event, because as we all know, whenever you try to create a harmonic vortex like we're doing now, everything comes alive. And chaos comes alive too. And so, Arty, you were invited to the this coffee shop in Madison that had maybe, I don't know, 80 or 100 people in it. And we were doing a peace concert, a concert for peace on the United Nations Peace Day. And Rob had to extricate you from the movie theater because you had forgotten. And then you graciously entered the room with an empty head and stood in the middle of the room and beamed. Because you knew your real job, I guess. And there's yeah. And I all the folks here probably share with me many experiences that we've had are seared into our memory. And one of those was that day when I looked over at the two of you, because you're in a 93-year-old body, and Ellie, you know, is on a day-to-day, is she going to be able to succeed at living today? And both of you were standing there, and you were honestly, you guys were the brightest thing in the room. Including Ellie. And, you know, I know all of us are facing the kind of process of still being in our bodies, and it can be challenging sometimes, but sometimes those moments help me reinforce the gratitude that I have for folks who are willing to still be showing the truth of us in the face of, you know, biology and time and space and stuff, you know. And sure. So we want to just thank you, because you mean a lot to me in this moment, and I'm grateful. Is there? Thank you for sharing, Ellie. Is there any folks? I see that we have Toad. It's nice to welcome you here today, sir. Lovely to see everybody. Would we, if there's anyone who would like to share, they're welcome to. Otherwise, we could invite Arty to share some more poetry or art with us. Any burning need to talk? No? Okay. Well, Arty, would you like to share something?
I would. I've got one I'd like to share, especially after talking about Ellie and I. So let me put my phone down. I'll show you the picture. The picture is one I did that's called Accepting What Is. And it's flowers, but if you can see, there are all sorts of insects, caterpillars, butterflies, ants, and everything, all over the flowers. The flowers are accepting what is. I'll show you.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Wow.
Gosh, that is amazing. Wow.
Arty, I
That's
just
so
wanted to
cool.
share with you some of the reactions.
Wow.
We all love your beautiful colors. I think some of the most amazing colors. I also have your Artifacts book here. It's funny because it's round the wrong way here. But I think also another very powerful experience that I've had associated with entering into your universe was Idris Kamusi's Indian restaurant called Ananda's in the Wisconsin Dells for a number of years was absolutely plastered with these beautiful murals, right? And colors just bursting. And I think my experience of emergence out of the former relationship is colorful like that. You know, it's sometimes I experience it as psychedelic and visual and things. And so I related to the way you portrayed the interior of your mind onto canvas, you know.
Thanks, honey. So this is called acceptance. Oh, how can I moan and groan? I'm 94 and live alone. When I can change my mind on this and truly know I live in bliss. Why would I wring my hands and wail? Can't you see my body's frail? When I can state these words with glee, dear body, you're still here for me. Around the world I once did roam, yet now I seem to stay at home. And I have found traveling meditation leads beyond worldly contemplation. I'm grateful for the world I see. I'm grateful just for being me. Grateful to the poet Rumi, whose every poetic word speaks to me. He asks for me to welcome in winter as well as spring. Oh my, these words are fraught with How much time have I still got? Then I stop and start to play during every second of this day.
That's beautiful. Yay.
We really can't change our minds on anything.
Yep. Beautiful, Arty.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank
We
you.
love it.
Arty, that's so charming. I think, as Ray would maybe share, it's an incredible science and an art to be able to create a gap between the experiences of our form and physical relationships, and so the seam of an eternal experience without being exclusive or entitled. I think that's a really powerful indication of your incredible integrative life. I think maybe integrative might be a functioning word at this point. Yeah. Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I have to say hi, Toad. Hi, Toad.
Love you.
All right, let me put this down.
Hi, Toad. Love you.
Hi, who's that?
Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Can you see me?
There you are.
Love
Hi.
you.
Love you.
Hi, Toad. Chris and Ray here.
You bet. Good to see you guys. And woof.
This
Hey,
one
woof
is,
is right. Woof.
The dogs are here.
Right.
this poem is called Conditioning. I forgot to show you the picture.
No, just
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. It looks like a Frida
A
Kahlo.
woman trapped in bars.
Yeah.
Conditioning is almost invisible, but it still leaves us happy or miserable. Conditioning comes from society. It determines what is propriety. Conditioning comes from our DNA. It guides us blindly on our way. Conditioning comes from home and school. It also comes from the golden rule. Conditioning tells us how to act and delineates both fiction and fact. We all know it's our conditioning that determines our positioning. I give to you, you give to me. We never, I forgot that. I give to you, you give to me. It never happens equally. Conditioning influence is very strong. It even defines what's right and wrong. We have to follow its decree as it defines who's you or me. Without conditioning's middle fences, and that's what that girl had, how could we keep up our defenses? To break through conditioning's borders, we must follow different orders. A leap of faith is needed here to break through our conditioned fear. This is the moment we find the proof that points the way to what is truth. God is love, and so are we. Our true self is who we be.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Amen. Thank you.
I just wanted to welcome Rob. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, welcome, Rob.
Welcome, Rob.
I think that's another beautiful reflection, Arty. Maybe something I might share just momentarily also is something that I've always admired about you, is that you've used your creative talents to re-engage a memory of something beyond the form, and I find that quite a an amazingly inspired moment, because at 93 you're still as vital as you've ever been. And I think if that's not an expression of agelessness, I don't really know what is. As I see all the smiling faces here, I'm also just thinking a little bit of some of the memories we might have shared together at Endeavor Academy, and sharing some space and time with the master teacher. I feel like he's with us. And that's a warm memory for me. Yeah. And now we get to extend in this moment all those memories that we have and bring them in the present. And I really enjoy the regenerative nature that provides, because as I was sharing maybe earlier, and Prem has hosted us in a previous engagement, how for me personally, I won't elaborate too much just because we've got the room here, but I entered a profound awakening experience at 24, and was very much born, and so I didn't have the arc that some of you folks got to share, which was already having built an acknowledged identity. And so the arc that Ellie and I have been engaged in is to develop a sense of self as an independent, enlightening identity. And when we prescribed to a teaching vehicle like the Academy, it made a lot more sense to us than leaping boldly into the world, trying to discover who we were, because we just spent 20 years trying to forget that. And that's, I guess that's why I talk a little bit about the integrative thoughts, because Arty's showing us how much everything exists in this moment. And would anyone like to share some experiences that they've had in relationship to Arty and her artwork or poetry?
Well, I've been in a writing class with Arty, and it's really amazing because we sometimes at the end of the class we do what is called writing down the bones, where we just for 8 minutes just write whatever comes to mind, and then if we want to share it, we do. And so then when Arty comes around to share it, I mean, she's almost written a complete poem, rhyming and everything, and it needs very little editing, so that's really incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
Christine was just sharing, Arty, that she spent some time writing with you together and Ray, and how I guess how much you've enjoyed each other. Yeah. Prem was excited. Would you like to share with us, Prem? Is Prem there? It looks like he might be frozen.
There.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll unmute your microphone, Prem. Here you go. Waiting. Internet issues. Trying to see if Prem can unmute. Maybe if you could unmute from your computer, Prem. Oh, looks like Prem is having some internet difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'd like to share.
Yeah, Sherry, please do.
Yeah. You guys can call me Rita too. That's
Rita,
fine.
okay.
I respond to either one. But Arty, thank you for referencing when we first met in Sacramento. You know, I haven't been with any of you guys for so long, and I've forgotten so much of the actual moments in physicality. You know, you're always present with me in my consciousness as the light that I am, and I'm so grateful for that. Oh. But even then in Sacramento, you know, when we met, that was our old S days.
Yes, yeah.
And we were committed then, you know, to transformation of how to experience, to transform our ability to experience living. So that situations we were trying to change or putting up with would clear up just in the process of life itself. I mean, it was pre-Course in Miracles. And so you know, it was an instant recognition then and ever since. And all I have to do is see your face and I see myself. And I'm so grateful. And every single one of you, I just have to see your face and I remember myself. And I love you so much. Thank you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Love you, Rita.
Love you,
Love you
sweetheart.
so much, beautiful. Love you so much.
I love you.
Arty, I'll just relay. I'm sorry for the technical stuff. We're still in our infancy. Arty, Rita was just sharing with us all how powerful the memories that she has of you and how much she feels her presence is populated by you because of the incredible history starting at the EST days in Sacramento, and what a wild and colorful American 20th century story to find yourselves together, and then you meet this crazy wild man in Wisconsin, and spend an outrageous time there. And now I'm sure we could also probably fill the hours talking with each other about the experiences we've had since those days too, because that might be for some folks coming up to possibly 10 years, I'm thinking. Not really sure. Prem, you're back online. Would you like to, was there something you'd like to share?
Well, I wasn't here for the first 6 minutes, but I hope everybody knows that Arty has a video on YouTube. You can easily find it by just type in Arty Senger, Lemons to Lemonade, and there it is.
That's fantastic, you guys.
Yeah. Well, what say we ask Arty to share with us another, would you like to, if there's possibly even a painting that you would like to show us and talk about, or some more poetry?
Okay, good.
While Arty's waiting too, maybe I can do a plug for the show. This is the Kindness Academy's online conference series, found aggregated on the kindnessacademy.wordpress.com. Looks like Arty's showing us a beautiful balloon picture. And anyone here is welcome to host a meeting, just let me know.
Okay, so
Beautiful picture,
that
Arty.
picture is supposed to show
I'm on my
I'm
phone.
free. The poem is called I'm Free. What is it I truly desire? To what do I really aspire? To be the one I am in truth, not the one my senses prove. I'm free. The thoughts, emotions, pass like clouds, no longer used to please the crowds. There is no need for me to cling, but let things go, and then I sing I'm free. I can step back from this world and just watch everything unfurl. Life appears with many dramas, and I let go of all these traumas. I'm free. Being free and being love fit together like hand and glove. That's when everything is clear and I'm no longer wed to fear. I'm free.
Thanks, Arty.
Yahoo!
That's beautiful, Arty. Thank you. Rob is just asking me if he could say a word, and I will sig the microphone over to Rob. Is that okay?
Yes.
That's,
Say a word about what?
Oh, we're just asking Rob to say hi.
And before Rob
But
says hi, I want to say that Rob's the one that puts all these things that I write on Facebook. So I work with him like hand in glove. Okay.
Yes, I think maybe this is a great moment to just share our gratitude to Rob, because Rob is a wonderful support for many folks. And I know that some of the ways that Arty reaches the world has been facilitated by Rob. And I don't know if anyone, other folks really knew that. And that's a pretty amazing thing that you do, Rob. And we appreciate it, including getting Arty from the movie theater and bringing her to Madison.
yeah. Yeah, so, oh God, Artie and I go way back, but just over 20 years ago, I chose her to be my mother because I needed the mother, because my mother couldn't come to my wedding in '99. So Artie became my mother and has been ever since. I'm always amazed when she comes up with these writings, her artifacts or fictions, and there's an amazing capacity that Artie has to make up shit and turn it in no time into gold. It's just every time I think, why do you still make it up? But then there's such a beautiful release in the gold that she finds, and how she finds her true self in every story, in every poem. And so I gladly collect all her work that I get from Hannah and from Pam that type it out, and then I go to her house, pick up a drawing, and scan it in and put it all on Facebook. And sometimes I put all your names on there, and then we get a whole bunch of reactions, and it's fun. And and I love to make the books. It's just so easy to make such a work of love into a work of love. I couldn't have a better mother.
I hope did you hear any of that, Arty?
No, I couldn't.
Oh, I'll relay it just real quick. Rob says he loves you. Yeah, he loves you.
So, Cammie,
Yes.
since you're recording this, then Artie can watch this later and hear everyone's comments, right?
Yes.
Yes. My writing teacher.
Yeah. Yes.
So I have so many people to acknowledge, all of you. And Pam, you heard me acknowledge you earlier, I hope, when you came in. The one that made the video for me, spent day after day with me over here.
That was one of the happiest times of my life.
All of you. And when you mentioned master teacher, Ellie, your dad, wow. I mean, I'd been in the same house for 40 years, really settled, and saw him in California, and I heard the call, so sold my house, picked up my roots, said goodbye to all my friends, my family, came to Wisconsin, and haven't regretted a minute of it. So, thanks. And Ellie, when Cammie talks about you being so bright, you really are. Every time I hear you, you're so bright. So it doesn't matter what's happening with our bodies at all. It's what's happening to us.
Yep. That's true. Mm-hmm.
Amen, Artie. Amen.
She says amen.
So
And
I just went off Zoom. How could that be?
well, are you still seeing us?
No.
Okay. Well, we see you, and thankfully we are also connected via the telephone. And maybe your display has just gone black. Maybe try moving your mouse. Sometimes when things stay the same for a while,
Okay.
maybe that would be it. Well, either way, we all see and hear you. Like it is a.
Even though I don't see you, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're all
here.
still here.
We're here.
Okay, good.
Very symbolic.
Yeah.
It is. It is symbolic. This technology is a little remarkable, and it kind of blows my mind. So, like I said, these are very enjoyable times because we're starting to, this is the web of light we're creating around the world. Here we are in Madison. Some of you guys are in the Dells. Rita's Costa Rica. Rob is in the Dells. Prem is here, I think, in Wisconsin at the moment, but he does travel a lot.
Prem is definitely not here.
Love of my life.
We're all competing to be more not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so let's see. We do try to keep these meetings to about an hour's time because that seems like a fun idea. And so, although Arty cannot see us, I hopefully feel like she feels us. And it looks like, because the theme is some poetry today, like I said, Ray, we would love to have you host an event. But it seems as though Ellie has an Emerson poem that more than likely is a reference to something her dad shared. No, this is something else. Okay. Well, why don't we let Arty maybe share something more and then we'll finish up with Ellie. How's that sound?
Good.
Okay, great. So I'll do one last poem, and so I don't. Well, wait a minute. Let me put it down. Show the picture. So can you see it?
Ooh.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah.
It's some beautiful abstract colors that are melding together.
Like the universe.
Really gorgeous. Gorgeous.
All right. The poem is called Shush. Shush. Observe your doing and ceaseless chatter. Realize thoughts don't really matter. Watch emotions come and go. It's all a never-ending show. The personal self is filled with fear, afraid its end is coming near, judging everything in view, avoiding all that threatens you. The body is who you think you are, identifying with every scar. Time never seems to still, and years pile on against your will. Control is what you want to hold as life continues to unfold. Protecting only a tiny wave, ignoring the ocean you really crave. Shush your thoughts this very second. No longer let the old world beckon. Step back and be real brave. Let the ocean embrace the wave.
Nice.
Wow, that's
Perfect.
awesome.
Perfect.
Yes, and I'll end with that.
Wow, Arty's saying she's going to end with that. Wow, Arty, I might have to get
Oh,
your
my
book
Lord.
and try to
Gosh.
put some of those to music.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That would be very.
I tried to
Yeah.
send you my book from Amazon.
Oh, wow, great.
Yes.
Well, maybe as we just speak of that, Artie's sharing that, we'd love to, maybe, I'm sure we could probably access your book by going on your Facebook webpage.
No, all our books are available on Amazon and also on Kindle version. So that is all taken care of.
Great. Rob's just sharing that they're just available on Amazon. So we might have to go there. We have to support the artist in her formative years before her career really blossoms. You guys are all witness to the ground floor. In a couple of years,
right.
she's really going to be big, and you'll get to say you knew her when.
Exactly.
I knew her when she was 91.
I knew her when she was a babe at 91.
Yes.
2 months she'll be 95. She says, "Wow,
Beautiful,
isn't that a
beautiful,
remarkable
beautiful.
achievement?" I think some of the folks in here maybe remember a good friend called Ruby,
Yeah.
who was an advanced individual who Ellie and I were reminded of her because we were watching one of these Alone in the Wilderness shows, and they were eating squirrels. And Ruby used to do that, but it wasn't for a TV show.
I remember that. I remember those stories. Yeah, when she was with him.
Here, a friend of mine had people that had been watching Kara sing, do Course in Miracles. They had retreats, and so the people all asked where I was, and she sent a tape of Master Teacher to them. One of them was Ruby, another was Barbar,
Oh, wow.
and a third one was from Costa Rica, and then my friend Natalie Thornton. So they all, so Ruby and Barbar got here as a result of Dearwood's tape that they got to show
Right.
where I was.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
I guess something I'd love to share is, those early tapes were kind of a profound experience, and it felt like you were at a zoo, but there was something attractive, and I guess it was the extension of that Kundalini awakening light that I had never experienced before, and at that my time in my life, I felt like it was a very powerful event. But those tapes sounded pretty crazy sometimes, didn't they?
They were amazing. When the first tape came out, the Kitchen Table Talk, at that time I was teaching A Course in Miracles.
You can complete, Rita, and I will share with Arty. Yes, Arty, thank you.
And so I was teaching the course at Hannah's house, at Jackie Perez and Doc's house, and at Lisa and Leslie's home, Leslie Thumb and Lisa Perklott's house. And that tape came in, and we all listened to it. And guess who all ended up with the old man? And a similar thing happened with Angel and Amazing and those guys. They got the tape pretty much at the same time. We came very close to each other. So that was a divine insertion, a powerful call that just ripped us all out and brought us there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember Ruby and Henry were an item for a while in those early days. And so that's where I first heard about the squirrel eating times with Henry and Ruby. That was amazing.
I'll just share with the folks here that Henry was our guest last week. If you want to access that show, Henry has a grace and poise that has been one from a singularity that's very obvious. He taught from, he had no agenda, and he taught from a segment he had been reading in the middle of the night because he couldn't sleep. And it was beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay, so we're coming up here. What I'll do is do a little plug for the show, and then I'll sig the microphone for Ellie to take us out. If anyone, like I said, wants to be host, let me know. I'll put my email up, and there's also, that's the email in case you feel
We
guided
want to hear
to.
from all of you. We want to hear from all of you.
Ellie says you want to hear from all of you. And if you want to support us financially, that would be great. But no expectation, obviously. It'll help us. We endeavor to create the technology that helps us do this. And so maybe if someone throws us a $5, we can buy Arty a microphone or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So love you guys, and I'll hand it over to Ellie. And I will mute and relay the experiences to Arty.
Thanks, Emily.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Arty. How are you going to relay if it's a poem to Arty? Should I come in there? Okay. All right. So I have a best friend in Florida who sends me cards and books and all the time, and sent me a poem book called Forever Friends. The first poem is, well, it's not a poem, it's just a saying by Mark Twain. And the saying says, "The proper office of a friend is to side with you when you are in the wrong. Nearly anybody will side with you when you're in the right." Right? Okay, and secondly, from Emerson, "The glory of friendship is not the outstretched hand, nor the kindly smile, nor the joy of companionship. It is the spiritual inspiration that comes to one when he discovers that someone else believes in him and is willing to trust him."
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so true.
Mm-hmm.
Arty is a great friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
lovely. Thank you for sharing that, Ellie. That's a powerful thing.
Yes,
And I think
really.
it's an interesting aspect of maybe the folks in this room's particular awakening at that. The encounter with the master teacher was a very powerful, abstract experience. And as we've continued in our personal journeys, we've discovered how important friendship really can be, because in the darker moments, it's a little difficult for us to be understood or accepted. And also, it's hard to be friends with some of us who are going through dark times, because those people who are friends with us have to reach far in to find us. And as Ellie shared that poem, Ellie's good friend Michelle she's an angel, because she is not fazed by other people's pain. And I think that's another remarkable attribute of some of the folks that I've known in my journey, to be strong enough to countenance other people's pain and not be afraid of it, and to be willing to stand still and let the healing occur. It's beautiful. Yes. Well, I love you guys. We're coming up for time here. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here with us in this moment.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank Arty again for being willing, and her alacrity in this matter is awesome. to be doing it through the phone and the computer and who knows what. But
Yes, thank you, Artie. Thank you, Artie.
Thank you, Artie.
everyone's thanking you, Artie. Thank you for being here.
I love you all.
She loves us
Love
all.
you all. Bye-bye.
Maybe we can put a little call out for a miracle, and if we get Artie a smartphone, she would be able to participate with a little more alacrity and ease.
She had a smartphone.
Oh, she did.
Tried her best.
It's
it was
okay.
2 months.
I understand.
I understand.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I may.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll see.
We'll see. But, you know, we accept that it's been a miracle being with you in this moment, and we appreciate
And just great
you.
to see you too, Artie. Just great to see your beautiful face and hear your beautiful words.
It's become a very bright point in my week to gather in here with you guys because of the power of the light that we now emanate, and I appreciate that.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And okay, so I'm going to be heading off now, and I love you, and I hopefully look forward to seeing some folks hosting and or next week where we are hosting a beautiful musician out of Indiana. She has composed a number of Course in Miracles based musical suites, and so she's going to be sharing some music and experiences with us.
And what's her name?
Her name is
It's Michelle.
Michelle.
Remember from the Tune in the Light concert in Michigan?
Tune in the Light in Michigan.
The angel. Yeah.
Love her voice.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been friends with her the whole time because unfortunately she is stricken with Lyme disease as well. So we stick together, but her music is beautiful as ever, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys. Love you.
Love you guys.